Hey everybody, welcome back. I am back with another recap and review of the TV show The 100 on the CW network. This one is for season 7. This one called Nakara. So we pick up from last week's episode where, I'm sorry, it's going to be 2 weeks now because I know I'm still a little bit behind. And Clark and crew had shown up on this planet, the snow planet, ice planet, whatever you want to call it, and they using Raven's helmet to try to locate an anomaly device. I think that's what they're calling it. So they can get off this plane because they realize they made the wrong choice and there's nothing there. I did find it interesting. They did find a body cut under the snow, so maybe they sound that they're dead. They're dead there. I don't know. Um, so they go into this cave to try to get to the anomaly device. And it turns out the cave is not a cave. It's actually some type of a creature because they got these little things they're trying to attack them. But they have all these little teeth in it. They're trying to kill them. So at first they thought it was a tunnel of some type, but it's not. It's actually some kind of organism that they're inside, and they're afraid they're gonna get eaten unless they get out. And then they switch to Bardo, where Octavia and Dios are just coming across to the anomaly of being captured, and they just left Hope behind. But it's been some time. Um, Now before they put Octavia in his chair, this time they put Dios in the chair, but this time she's using this thing to cause pain to herself. The helmet, has these little pokers in it, and she's using that to cause herself pain. So that way it keeps her from giving them any information, which is kind of smart. So they meantime they stick her in a cell, and eventually she gets a guy close enough, and she, kills him by taking a chunk out of his neck with her teeth, and then stealing his eyeball with a spoon, and using the eyeball to scan her way out of the prison cell. And then they go back. Now we're back in Sanctum, and John and Andrew are discussing how some guns. No, I'm sorry, it wasn't John. I forget what the character's name is, but they were discussing how a bunch of guns went missing, and they believe it was the prisoners that took the guns. So they have to try to figure out who took the guns, but because they don't know, but they think they it was the prisoners. And now we go back to Bardo, and kind of flips back and forth between the various planets. Now they bring Bardo, and Darius is trying to escape, even though there's really nowhere for her to go. And she comes face to face with Octavia, Echo, and Hope, and kind of emotional reunion between Hope and Darius because she hasn't seen her daughter. Well, to her it has been a short time, but to Hope it's been years since she saw her mother. So that was, a little emotional, not too much, not really too bad. And then, Delusa says, what's wrong with Echo, because Echo's kind of acting kind of strange, and she says Bellamy's dead, which I don't think he's dead. I really don't. I think he probably, when the explosion happened in the previous episode, I think he got pushed into the anomaly, and he's on some other planet, I'm guessing. So I don't know how he's gonna find his way out. Either maybe if he's in Sanctum, or if he's where the cabin is. I don't know, but I don't think he's dead. I think they would have made more of a big deal about him dying than what they did. It was just Bellamy was a major character there every season, so why would they just kill him off and now that was it? And they didn't, should have been a little bit more emotion behind it than that. Like Octavia, she didn't really get overwhelmingly upset. She just said, "Oh, Bellamy's dead," and that was kind of it. So I don't think he's actually dead, but that's just my opinion. Maybe he is really dead. And then they're gonna go back. Now they were back on, Sanctum, and Andrew's trying to convince May she's gonna talk to one crew because they need an army or something to try to find all these weapons. But Maddie's not comfortable and she's backing out, and Murphy ends up, convincing Andrew that she's the actual leader of one crew because of when they were in the bunker. So Andrew has a fight with one crew people and convinces them to follow her. And she made this really cool speech, and I thought that was kind of interesting. And after that happens, she tells the one crew they got to go find, they need to get the weapons back from whoever took them. And now we'll go back to Clark and the crew back still in the tunnel, and they get to the anomaly, and they activate the device, and normally opens up and they go through, and that's kind of how that episode ended. Um, it's just I just want to do a quick recap. Overall, I thought there was some good moments there. Um, Daigo's meeting back up with Hope after Hope hasn't seen her in a long time. I don't know forget how many years she said it's been, 10 years or so. That it's been, or 8 years. I'm forgetting how long time has gone by. That I thought was kind of cool, that how Daigo sort of tricked the guy and was able to take his eye and get out, and using the device itself to cause pain so she couldn't give up any information. And how John Murphy has, he's kind of like stepped up a little bit. Like the first few seasons, he was just kind of like, this guy is just out for himself, but now he's like he's just trying to help out more of the greater population, even though they're making it very difficult because they just all do is fight and want to kill each other still. I thought those were kind of pretty good parts, and the fact, or when Indra is now, they convince her that she's the leader of one crew. I thought that was good. The speech was really good that she gave them to try to convince them to follow her. Overall, I really liked it. This season has been really good. I'm hoping that the season wraps up well, that they finally all come together somehow, because every season they're fighting with each other in some way. It's always different groups of people. Now we get these prisoners, and you get the followers, people who fall in the primes, and nobody wants to get along with each other, even though they have to realize that they're the last of the human race. But now there's these people on Bardo, so where did they come from? It's going to be interesting to find out where they came from, how they got there, and what happens next. Overall, decent episode. I would say it's a little bit better. It was a good episode. People getting to it. It's very confusing for you to follow through. Like Bellamy's disappeared, Clark's, going into the anomaly now. And the time shifts because it's due to the anomaly, and how time is different. It goes at different speed in one place than another. So there's a lot of different things going on. So we're gonna get to the next episode and see what happens. If you guys like this video, or have any thoughts, or if you like this show, or have any opinions about what's going on, put it on down below. And as always, hit that like and subscribe. Until next time.